Go in, go in, go in, go in, go in, man, go in.
Let's go to the NFC. Let's talk about the divisional round matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks, as the Seattle Seahawks beat the San Francisco 49ers 41-6 for the 49ers. Brock Purdy, he went 15 for 27. He threw for 140 passing yards, 1 interception. For the Seahawks, Sam Darnold, he went 12 for 17. He threw for 124 passing yards, 1 touchdown. Kenneth Walker, he had 19 carries for 116 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns. This is tied for the largest postseason win in Seahawks playoff history. They won this game at 35 points. They beat the Broncos in the Super Bowl in 2013 by 35 points as well. And the Seahawks advanced to their first conference championship game since 2014. So, I thought in this matchup, the Seattle Seahawks came out the gate and they punched the San Francisco 49ers in the mouth right at the beginning of this football game. On the first play of the game, Rashid Shaheed, the wide receiver, kick returner for the Seattle Seahawks, scores a touchdown on the first play of the game. The first play of the game, he scores a kickoff return for the Seattle Seahawks, and I felt like at that moment, it was almost like the 49ers lost the game on the first play of the game. I mean, you give up a kickoff return for a touchdown. You're in Seattle, on the road, playing in that environment. We know how crazy it gets in Seattle. The Seahawks, they feed off of their home crowd's energy, and I thought the wheels just fell off when it comes to the San Francisco 49ers in their season. Like, in the first quarter, the Seahawks outscored the 49ers 17-0. Game over. The game was over after the first quarter. It was over. Once the first quarter ended, the game was over because the Seahawks dominated the 49ers in the first quarter, and the 49ers truly never were able to get off of the mat. They were never able to get off of the mat, and I think the Seahawks, their defense dominated in this particular football game. And this has been something with Mike Macdonald. Mike Macdonald is the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. Mike Macdonald, as a defensive coordinator or a head coach, his defenses from a scoring perspective, in 2022, as defensive coordinator of the Ravens, his scoring defensive rank was ranked 3rd. 2023, as Ravens defensive coordinator, they were ranked 1st in scoring defense. Last year, they were tied for 11th in the NFL for as scoring defensive ranks. And this year, they are ranked 1st for as scoring defensive ranks. So Mike Macdonald has done a tremendous job as Seahawks head coach, and their defensive coordinator, Aiden Durr, has done a tremendous job as well, because the Seattle Seahawks defense got after Brock Purdy yet again. They had 2 sacks in this game, and in 161 games under Kyle Shanahan, there's only been 2 times where the 49ers were held to 7 points or less. It has happened twice against the Seahawks this season against the Seahawks defense. So they have gotten after that 49ers offense, and I thought they completely took over the game. And I believe the Seahawks, they are the best team remaining left in the NFL. I mean, I know the Patriots and the Broncos are in the AFC, and the Rams and the Seahawks are going to face off against each other in the NFC Championship game. But I think the Seahawks are better than the Rams, Patriots, and Broncos. That doesn't mean the Rams can't beat the Seahawks, but I think the Seahawks have the most complete roster. I mean, their defense is literally making play after play after play. I mean, up front, you got Byron Murphy II. You got DeMarcus Lawrence, okay? You got Drake Thomas at linebacker in that secondary. You got Kobe Bryant, okay? Devon Witherspoon. This Seahawks defense, they are elite. They are elite. And in their last two matchups, the Seahawks as a team, they have outscored the 49ers 54-9. 54-9 in the week 18 win and in the divisional round win over the 49ers. The Seahawks have outscored the 49ers 54-9. So Sam Darnold hasn't had to do much. He hasn't had to do much because the Seahawks defense has been the story. And Mike McDonald deserves a bunch of praise, and he has been phenomenal in his first two seasons as Seahawks head coach. And them making the move at the trading deadline and going out and trading for Rashid Shaheed, that was a great move by the Seahawks. I said it at the time. I thought that was one of the best moves at the trading deadline. That was a huge move for the Seattle Seahawks. Now, they did lose Zach Charbonnet in this particular game. He is out for the season. So that's a huge, huge blow to the Seahawks. But they still got Kenneth Walker. And obviously, their offense, they got Jackson Smith and Jigba, who's had a tremendous season at the receiver position. And Cooper Kupp even had 5 receptions, 60 receiving yards in this game. We know Cooper Kupp is a receiver who makes big plays in clutch moments. We've seen it in the Super Bowl win for the Rams a few years ago against the Bengals. And I just think the Seahawks have the most complete roster of the remaining 4 teams in the NFL right now. On the flip side with the 49ers, I do believe if the 49ers were healthy, this game would have been more competitive. You know, the 49ers, they have dealt with injuries all season long. George Kittle tore his Achilles against the Eagles on Wild Card weekend. They lost Fred Warner for the season. They also lost Nick Bosa as well. Brock Purdy, he only played in 9 of the 17 regular season games. So I just think the 49ers, they hit a wall, and I think that they were so banged up, they were not able to keep up with this elite Seahawks football team. But I think if Kittle, Warner, and Bosa were all healthy, I do believe this outcome could have been much different. Because I believe the 49ers are well coached. I think Brock Purdy is a top 12, top 10-ish quarterback in the NFL. And I think CMC is still a top 5 running back in the NFL. And I also believe the Seahawks defense did a tremendous job against CMC in this game as well. I mean, Christian McCaffrey only had 11 carries for 35 rushing yards. So they have completely shut down Christian McCaffrey in their matchups this season, particularly in their Week 18 win and in the divisional round as well. But, man, 49ers just ran into a buzzsaw. Seahawks advanced to their first conference championship since the 2014 NFL season. And the Seahawks, they are the number 1 seed in the NFC. The other 3 times where the Seahawks were the number 1 seed, they made the Super Bowl. So history is on the Seahawks side as they head into their conference championship matchup against the Rams Sunday in Seattle. But Seahawks get it done over the 49ers, 41-6.
Go in, go in, go in, go in, go in.